Welcome everyone to a topic that's both puzzling and, frankly, a bit ridiculous. We're talking about India's Olympic gold medal count. Now, you might think, Deepu, why focus on something as trivial as shiny metal discs handed out at a sporting event? And to that I say, fair point, but this isn't just about medals. This is about a nation of over 1 billion people, a nation brimming with talent and potential, consistently punching well below its weight on the world's biggest sporting stage. It's like finding out that a restaurant with Michelin star potential is serving up nothing but instant noodles. There's a disconnect there, and it's high time we addressed it. Today, we'll explore the 6 primary reasons why India's Olympic medal tally looks less like a victory parade and more like a participation trophy. We're going deep into the heart of the issue, folks. We're talking about the lack of basic sports infrastructure, the overwhelming dominance of cricket, the financial struggles athletes face, the lack of talent identification programs, and the often ignored elephant in the room, mental health. But this isn't just about pointing out problems. This is about solutions. We'll also discuss concrete steps that India can take to unlock its true sporting potential and finally see a shower of gold, silver, and yes, even bronze, raining down on those deserving athletes. So, buckle up, grab your metaphorical cricket bats, and let's dive in.
Let's be brutally honest, shall we? The state of sports infrastructure in India is about as inspiring as a deflated bouncy castle. We're talking about a severe lack of world-class facilities, particularly in rural areas where a vast majority of the population resides. It's like trying to train for a marathon in a parking lot. It's not ideal, it's not inspiring, and it's certainly not conducive to producing world-beating athletes. Imagine this: a young athlete, full of fire and potential, having to train on a dusty field with makeshift equipment, while their counterparts in other countries have access to state-of-the-art facilities, top-notch coaches, and all the resources they could possibly need. It's not just about fancy gyms and high-tech equipment, though those wouldn't hurt. It's about basic necessities: well-maintained fields, proper training equipment, qualified coaches, the very foundations upon which sporting excellence is built. This lack of infrastructure is not just a disservice to athletes. It's a missed opportunity for a nation with such a vast talent pool. It's time for India to realize that investing in sports infrastructure is not an expense, it's an investment. An investment in the future of its athletes, and in turn, the nation itself.
Now, let's address the elephant in the stadium, or rather, the batsman on the pitch: cricket. Cricket, the sport that unites a nation, the sport that brings 1 billion hearts to a standstill. And look, I get it, cricket is practically woven into the fabric of Indian society. It's a cultural phenomenon, a national obsession. But here's the thing, this obsession comes at a cost. The popularity of cricket casts a long, overwhelming shadow over other sports in India. It's like trying to have a conversation in a room where a vuvuzela is constantly blaring. Other sports simply can't get a word in edgewise. This singular focus on cricket leads to a disparity in funding, media attention, and public interest. Olympic sports, in comparison, are often relegated to the sidelines, starved of the resources and recognition they desperately need to flourish. It's not about taking away from cricket's glory. It's about sharing the spotlight. It's about creating an environment where other sports can thrive, where young athletes can dream beyond the boundary ropes and aspire for Olympic glory.
Now let's talk about a topic that makes everyone uncomfortable: money, or rather, the lack thereof. Because let's be real, pursuing athletic excellence is not cheap. It's a full-time commitment that requires significant financial investment. And for many aspiring Indian athletes, this financial burden becomes the biggest hurdle to their Olympic dreams. We're talking about athletes struggling to afford basic necessities like proper nutrition, training equipment, and coaching fees. Imagine having to choose between pursuing your Olympic dream and putting food on the table. That's the reality for far too many talented individuals in India. The lack of adequate funding and sponsorship opportunities means that many athletes are forced to rely on personal savings, family support, or even part-time jobs just to make ends meet. This financial struggle not only impacts their training and performance, but also takes a toll on their mental well-being. It's a constant source of stress and anxiety, making it incredibly challenging for them to focus on honing their skills and reaching their full potential. India needs to step up its game when it comes to supporting its athletes financially. Increased government funding, corporate sponsorships, and private investments are crucial to leveling the playing field and giving these athletes a fighting chance.
India, with its massive population, is like a gold mine of untapped athletic potential. But here's the problem: we're not exactly great at spotting the gold amidst all the, well, everything else. The lack of a robust and systematic talent identification program in India is a glaring issue that needs immediate attention. We need a system that actively seeks out promising athletes from a young age, a system that reaches into every corner of the country, from bustling cities to remote villages. Imagine a nationwide network of scouts and coaches, equipped with the knowledge and resources to identify and nurture raw talent. Imagine specialized training programs tailored to different age groups and skill levels, providing young athletes with the guidance and support they need to excel. This isn't just about finding the next Olympic champion, it's about providing opportunities for growth, development, and a chance to chase their dreams. It's about creating a sporting culture where every child with potential has a shot at greatness.
We often talk about the physical prowess of athletes, their speed, their strength, their agility. But what about the engine that drives it all? The mind. The mental aspect of sports is often overlooked, especially in India, and it's high time we address this silent epidemic. Imagine the pressure of representing a nation of over 1 billion people on the world's biggest sporting stage. The intense training, the cutthroat competition, the constant scrutiny. It takes a toll. Yet, mental health support for athletes in India is often lacking or completely absent. We're talking about a lack of access to sports psychologists, mental health professionals, and even basic awareness about the importance of mental well-being in achieving peak performance. This isn't about coddling athletes, it's about equipping them with the tools to handle the immense pressure that comes with performing at the highest level. It's about creating a culture where seeking help is not seen as a weakness, but as a sign of strength. A commitment to becoming the best version of themselves, both on and off the field.
Look, I wouldn't be standing here, metaphorically speaking of course, if I didn't believe that India has what it takes to become an Olympic powerhouse. But it's going to take a collective effort, a shift in mindset, and a whole lot of bloody hard work. We need to build better sports infrastructure, invest in grassroots development, and diversify our sporting landscape. We need to create a system that identifies and nurtures talent from a young age, providing athletes with the financial support, coaching expertise, and mental health resources they need to succeed. This isn't just a job for the government or sports federations, it's a collective responsibility. It's about parents encouraging their children to pursue sports. It's about communities coming together to build local facilities. It's about the media shining a spotlight on a wider range of sports. And it's about every single Indian believing in the potential of our athletes. While the challenges we've discussed are significant, they are by no means insurmountable. This isn't about an overnight transformation. It's about taking consistent, meaningful steps in the right direction. It's about fostering a sporting culture that values hard work, dedication, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. By investing in better infrastructure, diversifying sports interest, increasing funding, establishing talent identification programs, and providing mental health support, India can pave the way for future Olympic success. It's about creating an environment where athletes can thrive, where their dreams are nurtured, and where they have the support they need to reach their full potential. Let's work together to support our athletes, to celebrate their victories, and to inspire the next generation of champions. Stay motivated, keep striving for excellence, and remember, the future of Indian sports is bright, and it's time we all shine a light on its path to glory.